everybody, good morning. This is Henry. It is 8:11 a.m. the 2nd of October 2009. At 8:30, which is about 19 minutes from now, we're going to get the US Nonfarm Payroll releases. It is pretty much the biggest release for Forex news traders, as everybody around the world trade this news release. So it's going to be a lot of volatility after the news, and it's very important that we use extreme caution today, as with any news event, but especially with this one. Now, the forecast number for this release is at negative 179,000, with the previous release at negative 216,000. We're going to be looking for at least around 70,000 of deviation. So I run it off with a nice good round number. If we get 100k, we're looking to buy the dollar yen or risk appetite, and if we get a negative 250k, we're looking to sell the dollar yen or risk aversion. As I explained several times in my newsletter and also in my blog, I use the dollar yen as the gauge for market condition, and I might not necessarily trade the dollar yen. I could be looking at pairs such as the euro yen and the pound yen. So if we take a look at the euro yen, we see that the market started at 130.35 during Asian Open, and it went down about 50 pips to 129.85. So we're seeing some risk aversion sentiment or strength in the Japanese yen. Now if we take a look at the pound yen, we saw that it's even more exaggerated. Started around 143, and now we saw about 139 pips of loss. We're seeing the market now at 141.61. So basically, it gives you an idea. If we get a worse than expected number, the best pair to trade is probably the pound yen, and for risk aversion, because we saw how much the pound yen has been affected prior to the news. Just having a worse number probably will push its pair down a little bit more. Now, if we see a better than expected release, then we can probably trade the euro yen on a long trade. So just give you some idea what's the best course of action after the news, and choose the right currency is obviously very important, because that could mean an additional 20 to 30 pips in your trading. Anyways, coming up now about 16 minutes to the release, I will be back and record the entire trade live. As I said, even though it's the biggest news event for the Forex market, it is also probably the most overrated news event, as everybody trades it, and there's basically more risk when everybody is emotional and trading this release. So stand by. In about 15 minutes I'll be back, and let's see if we can pick up some pips from here. Thank you.
Ahead of this figure, we see the 10-year note future still up about a quarter of a point, yield at 3.159%, the long bond yield at 3.936%. In terms of the Fed fund futures, still pricing in very little possibility of a rate hike in the first quarter next year. A March contract pricing in roughly a 10% chance of a rate hike in the first quarter next year.
1 minute to the September economic data. Change in non-farm payroll is expected at minus 175,000. Unemployment expected to rise to 9.8%. Manufacturing payroll is expected minus 52,000. Hourly earnings expected 0.2% month over month and 2.6% year over year. Weekly hours expected 33.1%. And non-farm payroll is expected minus 175,000.
Alright, coming out in just a few seconds now.
September change in non-farm payrolls and unemployment should be out in just a few seconds.
Seeing some quick profit taking.
Minus 263,000 below the minus 175,000 expected. Prior buys higher to minus 201,000, minus 216,000. Unemployment expected. Unemployment in line with expectation 9.8%.
Benchmark revisions with downward revised March non-farm payrolls by 824,000 or 0.6%.
Okay.
Manufacturing payrolls minus 51,000, just about minus 52 expectation. Prior revised minus 66,000, minus 63,000. Hourly earnings at 0.1%. This is 1/10 lower than expected. Prior revised 1/10 higher to 0.4%. However, year over year 2.5% is 1/10 lower than expected. Weekly hours at 33.0.
Okay, it is across the board negative sentiment. We're seeing the Japanese yen getting stronger.
Moving sharply lower, down 11 candles.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna look to trade to sell the pound yen. We saw a quick bounce back at 140.75 area. We're gonna look for sell on the pound yen. So stand by. Okay, we're waiting for that retracement to take place first. Okay, let's sell the pound yen. In at 25. Okay, everybody, we're seeing about 19 pips of profit, 20 pips of profit, 22 immediately after the news. I'm going to go ahead and take some profit off the table and close the trade. Alright, quick, easy, 20 pips, 18, 20 pips of profit immediately after the news. More potential to go on, as I will keep on guiding the trade room people to trade this. But in the meantime, for the video, I'm going to end the video right here, because I need to concentrate. There are people putting real money in the trade room. I want to make sure that I give them my 100% attention. So thank you very much. This goes to show you how we're able to profit from the non-farm payroll. It's 8:40, 10 minutes after the trade. We pick out 20 pips, and if 20 pips were $10 a pip, that's $200. It's really not a bad day. Alright guys, this is the second trade I'm going to take for the non-farm payroll. I'm going to go long here on the euro yen at 53. It is 9:42 a.m. It's now at 52. Getting at 52. The reason why I'm getting in on this trade is because I'm seeing some market condition now going on the reversal, possible reversal. So I'm jumping in ahead of time, and let's see if the market will reverse back above the 130, and I can end up with some profit. So let's see if this trade turns out to be true, based on support, based on market cycle, and of course based on the general market trend of unwilling to really pushing down the pair. So we'll see in a little while, see if we can get out with some profit. Alright guys, we're seeing about 34 pips of profit. I'm going to go ahead and close it. Got in at 52, now it's 90, 92, so that's 40. You know what, let me just get out right now. Whatever I can get, I'll be happy with this. 32 pips, 52 and out at 85. That's a good 33 pips of profit. Not a bad trade. Combining the two trades today, we made close to 50 pips on the non-farm payroll, and we didn't really have to suffer at all by being able to read the market correctly and being able to jump in the right direction. We made good 50 pips with no sweat, and most everybody in the trade room made around the same. And one of the members didn't get filled on the first order, but on the second one I'm sure that some profits were definitely taken. So just to show you, it's not that difficult to trade non-farm payroll. All you need to do is patience, and we didn't have any superhuman reflex, jumping ahead of the crowd, and we didn't have to deal with broker crap, put it this way. On the second trade, we didn't have to deal with the spread, we didn't have to deal with getting slipped, we didn't even have to deal with platform freezing. This is the best way to trade Forex that I know of. I'm not going to say it's the best way of Forex trading, but it always works. And combined with a little bit of knowledge of fundamental news, market trend, and just being able to read the market, we can pick up this kind of gain in relatively short amount of time. We started today at around 8:20 or so. Now it's 10. Roughly about 90 minutes into trading, we made 50 pips. Most of the time we're just sitting, and I was sitting in my chair drinking coffee most of the time. So just to show you, we made good money, and end of story. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great one. Bye bye.